Okay. Here we are, very busy place. I'm gonna tell her to sit. And we're gonna see how she does here. Very exciting place, huge distractions for her. Good, she gets a reward for that. That's really hard for her to do. So in situations like this, I'm going to release her while she's doing well. So in this case, I'm going to say, go, pat her chest. That's one way to release her out of a sit stay. It'll just let her be free. You pat her chest and say, go, just like what I just did. Make sure that she waits until, this way, come on. Make sure that she waits until you actually pat her chest, that she doesn't jump the gun and right before you do it, anticipate what you're about to do and jump the gun. So be really careful about that. And we have, as you know, we worked with that at your house. And of course, she's way more overstimulated now than in just, you know, at your house or anywhere else, because this is really difficult for her. But I think she's ready to pull it off. She's been doing well the last few days. So, okay, if I ever do another sit, it's always better if you set her up with that circle and then sit. So step into her and set her up there, just have her sit at the end of that circle, and you're walking into her with your body. And then we're just going to practice the standard sit stay where I walk around her. The cart going past is an extra bonus distraction. That was really good. She gets rewarded good. This time, instead of releasing her to go by patting her chest, I'm just going to say, okay, and she's going to walk with me, because that's the other way to get her out of a sit stay, is you keep her on the clock and you have her walk with you, just like I'm doing. And when you're finished, you want to give her a break. You have her sit and go, and gives her a break. Oh, we got the cavalcade of distractions passing by today. She's very excited here. Hi there. So the other thing to practice is down. And you saw I helped her with my left foot, although I didn't even touch the leash. Just the motion of this will help her go down. And I want to make sure that she gets really solid on her down stay and her down command. Good. And she's not quite as good at her down, almost there, as she is at her sit. Good. So for a while, I want you to just do this down. Just do it this very moment you say the command. Look at all this stuff passing by. Good. We're going to have the broom there. We're going to have the carts here. This is great. So she popped up. You can see over here she popped up. That was a bit much for her. So what am I going to do? I'm going to say no. And I'm just going to put her back. This is tough for her. And then I'm going to reward her a moment later. Good, to keep her kind of, you know, the food, the rewards in this case, keep her calm. When she's calm and you reward her right before the distraction comes up, you're keeping her calm. It's a preventative measure so she doesn't lose it and pop out of her sit stay. Here, this is a tough one. So see, big pile of food right before that distraction came past, and it kept her calm so she didn't get reactive and pop up. So we'll just finish this up. I think originally I was saying for a while, always say down and do that with your foot, because probably just in a few days, literally, you won't have to do that anymore, because all she knows is good. She heard the command and she went down because of what you did with your foot there. And then you won't have to do that. Good. You won't have to do that for very much longer, because she'll just have it. But if you ever have a problem with that, you want to avoid the giving her command, she ignores you, and then you force her there, or you step on the leash. If she has a tendency, good, that's a huge one. Big distractions. Right before she popped up, I gave her a little reward. It kept her there. And I'm not forcing her to stay there. It's all a loose leash. Nope. But the man behind me getting down on her level was what made her distracted, because to her, that's, I don't know if you can see that. You can come around, see the guy there. He got down on his knees down there. To her, that's an invitation to come say hi, and you know how friendly she is. So that was why she made that mistake. Good. Very good. So we've been dealing with a lot of distractions here. She's doing really well. And of course, you always end these little practice sessions good on a success. So before she makes a mistake or starts getting frustrated, I'm going to say, okay. I'm going to have her sit, because we always bring her out of a down stay into a sit stay, and then we release her calmly. Go from a sit stay when out of a down stay, just like I just did. Okay. This is at the back door of Home Depot, and there's going to be a lot of people walking past with carts and things like that. Or we might have a calm period here, which is good too. I just want to show you how I've been practicing the come command with her. If you want this to be always good off leash, you're practicing with a leash, of course. It's a standard 6-foot leash. And the way I do it the same way every time, so that it just becomes like second nature, because you always do it the same way. And the way that I do it is I have it over my left hand, and there's a reason for that. And I use my right hand for a reward. It's okay. No, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. And so I use the right hand and it's a closed hand, because obviously we want her to come to us. Like, you're going to see this pass by, but see, she's distracted by this. Come! I'm going to call her away from that distraction. Good. She comes to that closed hand. Her nose touches it. I open it and say good at the same moment. Here's another distraction, which makes her just run back to me before I even call her to come. That's the way it starts to work after you practiced and you called her away from distractions hundreds of times, which I have by now. But when I'm going to use this piece of food so I can call her away from something and show you. Go. So left hand leash, right hand reward. Come. Good. So the right hand had the reward, her nose touched it, I opened it and said good, gave her the treat, and at the same time the left hand grabbed the leash so that I would have her. Go. Kids are walking past. I know she loves little kids. Look, there's little kids. Look. So she's saying there's a distraction, and she'll look at me, good, and get a reward. And she never did take that treat from the ground, so I'm going to throw this again. I'll practice it again. Left hand leash over your wrist, so you don't even have to hold on to it. Toss the reward, go. She's distracted, come, call her to come to you, good. And that's it, it's cool, you can walk past. So your left hand is free to grab that leash as she comes to you, because the leash is going to be on her left side. And your right hand is for the reward. So come, good, you have her, then you step into her. The only switching of the leash is just right then when you're going to walk her. That's the only time you switch hands. It's pretty easy. You see, if you do it a little while, and it gets really easy. And then you can have her sit and let her be free again, in which case it would be like this, go. And if you're going to practice calling her to come, then you just switch hands again. Come, good. When you're practicing, though, try to always call her away from something. It's a much better representation of real life if you're calling her away from a distraction. So I always, if she won't stop looking at me, I try to create my own distraction with a treat. Go. Now I can call her, come, away from that. Good. So you want her to hear that come command and break away and come running back to you. It's it's okay. So much better than that's why this is a great place to practice. It's kind of crazy around here, but she's doing pretty well. She is jumpy and nervous, but as you know, when she first came here, she was much more prone to nervousness and no focus at all. Come. Good. So that's how you do the come command. And now we're gonna move on. Okay, let's go.